Hey guys, welcome back. This is History of Power Rangers, Season 1, Episode 29 of my show, but this is about Episode 32. Now, Episode 32, but before I actually start talking about this actual video, I just want to mention something. Since we're on Episode 32, that means we're like 32, not counting 32, 33, and then 34. We got 2 more episodes left before the Green Candle 2-part episode. So, I'm gonna put that in the description of this video. I just thought I'd get that out of the way. And also, like I said again, the Green Candle 2-part episode is going to act as the ending of the Green Ranger saga, and not completely though, not until episodes 49 and 50, which is the Return of an Old Friend 2-part episode. I just thought I'd mention that again before I actually started talking about the video. Anyway, continuing on with what I was saying. Now, getting back into it, this is History of Power Rangers Season 1, Episode 29 of my show, but this is about Episode 32. And Episode 32 in the original Power Rangers first season is known as A Star is Born. Now, basically what that means by a star is... oh my god. Basically what happens is... but before I continue talking, I just want to... Actually, now the reason why this episode is called A Star is Born is because one of the Rangers will get the chance to audition for a karate commercial. Oh my god! Which is Tommy's character in this episode. I just thought I'd get off topic and mention that first. And now getting into it, Kimberly is asking Tommy if... Now getting into the actual episode, Kimberly is asking Tommy if he wants to go to the beach with them, and he tells her he wishes he could, but also before I actually, one more little thing before I actually start. Since we're on the 32nd episode, that means we're kind of getting close to... Well, we got one more episode before... Well, counting this one, we got like 2 more before the Green Candle, and then after that, after the Green Candle 2-part episode, the rest of the 2-parters that I'm going to be talking about won't happen until... The next 2-parter after the Green Candle won't happen until episode 39 and go to episode 40. And then the next 2-parter after that won't start until episode 49 and go to episode 50. And then after that, every single episode of the first season of the original Power Rangers series is one singular episode. I wanted to get that off topic before I actually started. Now, getting into the actual episode, as I stated, Kimberly is asking Tommy if he wants to come to the beach with her and her friends, and he tells her that basically he wishes he could, but he tells her some news about having the chance to audition for a karate commercial. And then basically, she said Zach says that's pretty cool. That means like he can be on TV because it's a commercial and stuff. Oh my god, I'm sorry, but that's kind of hilarious. Anyway, continuing on with what I was saying. After that, basically what happens is, then Bulk and Skull show up, and Skull acting as Bulk's manager for the episode because he's apparently auditioning for this part of the commercial as well. Which is gonna be kind of funny when it comes to the ending. That's kind of why I'm laughing in this video right now. If you hear that, I am sorry, but if you hear me laughing, it's because this episode's gonna have a bit of a funny ending when it comes to Bulk's character in retrospect. I just wanted to get that out of the way, and then after that, basically what happens is, basically what happens after that is then it goes to where Rita is on the moon and she's saying that, boy oh boy. Actually, what happens is when Bulk and Skull start coming in down the hallway, basically what happens is Skull is talking on the phone to someone at a limousine company, and then after he said that it's an audition, right? So of course he wants a limo for Bulk, and then basically Bulk says to tell Tommy. Bulk tells Tommy not to get his hopes up about the audition. Because to him, he feels like he's got the audition in the bag, even though he's not, doesn't know any karate moves and stuff. And then Tommy does some karate moves himself, and then Bulk says a word where he says he might as well practice first just in case. And then Kimberly basically tells Tommy to come with them, and he says that he can't, but he'll catch up with them afterward. And then basically what happens after that is then it goes into a scene where Rita is on the moon, and she's saying that she's like, boy oh boy, am I pooped? I need a day off. Boy oh boy, am I pooped? I need a day off. But then Rita said that she's tired and she needs a day off, and then Goldar basically, what happens is she says, boy oh boy, am I pooped? And then Goldar says that, she said that she needs a day off after that, and then Goldar says that in the episode but she must lead them to victory, and then she tells Goldar that basically, I don't wanna, you do it. Wait a minute. I don't wanna, you do it. And then Goldar said that yes, and while she recuperates and rests her evil energy, he will destroy the Power Rangers with the most horrifying monsters the world has ever seen. And the reason why he said that is because the Rangers will actually fight two monsters in this episode. The first one will be like a weird centipede-based monster, and the other. Okay, I'll explain about the monsters after when I get there, and then basically, I'll explain about the first one now, but I'll explain what the second one is, because this is gonna sound kind of funny about the second one, but I'm gonna save the second one for when I get to the second thing. Oh my god, I'm sorry, but that's... Oh my god. Anyway, continuing on with what I was saying, the rest of the Rangers are on the beach, basically, and then Bulk's on the beach because he's telling Skull that he needs to get a tan before the audition. So what basically happens is after that, basically what happens is, Skull tries to pour some suntan lotion on Bulk, and then afterward, Bulk says that after he gets like a face full of suntan lotion, Bulk's telling Skull that he's an idiot and he needs to get a tan, not a bath. And then basically what happens after that, sorry, if you heard that burp, I apologize. Anyway, and then Skull tries to push some more, suntan lotion out of the bottle, but it doesn't come out. So, this is gonna sound kind of funny, but after that, since there's no more suntan lotion in the bottle, this is the comedic part of the episode, guys. He uses a jar brand of mayonnaise called Timmy Peas, and he slathers it on Bulk. Oh my god! And basically Bulk doesn't know that it's not suntan lotion. Because mayonnaise and suntan lotion are always, they're both like a clear whitish like substance, so I'm guessing Bulk thinks that is suntan lotion on him when it's actually mayonnaise. And that's gonna lead into what's gonna happen when he goes into the audition. I just thought I'd mention that. Oh my god. And then basically what happens after that is, then after that, then it goes to where Tommy is with the audition and stuff. And, then later on, Bulk shows up and he's telling Tommy that the part's his. And he might as well go home, and then Skull slaps Bulk on the shoulder, but then Bulk screams in pain because of that, because, like I said, actually, I can't remember exactly, but I think what happens is, Goldar says, perfect, the Rangers have let their guard down, now I can catch them by surprise! And he sends the centipede monster down. Oh, actually, I can't really remember, but I think it might happen after the scene with the audition with Bulk's part. And then Skull, then getting back into it with the audition, I'm just gonna backtrack because I think I might have skipped ahead. I'm sorry about that if I skipped ahead, guys. Anyway, continuing on with what I was saying, Bulk is getting back into it with Bulk and Skull. After, because you see, this scene takes place after the events at the beach, after the event that they were on the beach when Skull slathered mayonnaise on Bulk instead of suntan lotion, so he got a sunburn. And then after Bulk tells Tommy that the part's his and he might as well go home, and then Skull slaps Bulk on a sunburned part of his body, and then Bulk tells him to don't touch his sunburn. And he calls him a dimwit. And then basically what happens is, Bulk then goes in. Actually, what happens is one of the people that's inside the room for the audition for the karate commercial tells Bulk that they're ready, and then Skull tries to go with Bulk in there, but the woman that's calling them in tells Skull that she just wants Bulk, and then after Bulk's in the in the room where they're doing the auditions for the karate commercial. Basically what happens after that is she asks him to take his sunglasses off, and this is the funniest part. When he takes them off, every part of him except for the eyes is like sunburned. Oh my god. And then she tells Bulk that let's see what he can do, and then basically he starts doing these karate, wimpy versions of karate moves, and then his sunburn acts up and he hurts himself because of that. And then she says that they think they found their man, which is kind of a sarcastic joke because Bulk does get a part in this commercial, but it's not, he's not sure what part it is, so he thinks it's the main part in the commercial. And then basically, but what happens is basically after that, he doesn't, because he won't know until the end of the episode what the part in the commercial is that he got. He just assumes that he got the main part, which, oh my god, it's so funny, but I'm sorry, but that's kind of why I'm laughing right now. Oh my god. I'm sorry, but that's kind of hilarious. Anyway, continuing on with what I was saying earlier. Then it goes to where Goldar is, and then he says, "That's excellent. The Rangers have let their guard down. Now he can catch them by surprise." And he sends down this weird little, caterpillar, sort of monster that can spit out this red, thread, which forms like a big, when there's people inside of balls kind of thing. I'm just referencing, bubble ball kind of thing, but in this case it's a red cylinder based object. I'm just mentioning that because of the thread the monster spits out of its chomper part of its mouth. I'm just getting that out of the way. Anyway, continuing on with what I was saying earlier. Afterward, actually what happens is then the Rangers start fighting the centipede-based monster after they morph, and then basically after that, later on, the centipede monster spits out this red thread, which, as I said, forms this cylinder-based object around the Rangers and traps them inside of it. And then they try to contact Tommy on the communicators, but at that point in time, Tommy's already inside doing his part of the audition. Now, getting back into it with Tommy's part of the audition, the people that are auditioning, the people that Tommy is showing his karate moves to for the audition for the commercial, after he explains how martial arts helped him mature and stuff like that, basically what happens is after that, she turns the music on his cassette player thing, and then basically Tommy starts doing these moves, and then after that, what happens is, after he's done demonstrating, the woman, along with who's in the center of the panel, 3 people who are taking the auditions for, who are having certain people in the school audition for the commercial, said that they'd like to talk to Tommy, and he actually gets the main part in it. And the reason why I'm mentioning that, because as I said at the beginning of this part of the episode, I talked about both thought he got the main part, which really truly just got a part in it. Oh my god. And then basically, after that, after the Rangers are caught in the... Now getting back into it with the Rangers, after they get caught in the centipede, after they get caught in the centipede monsters, thread, Jason comes up with an idea to use their blade blasters to, blast out of the cocoon they're in. It's like a cocoon, basically, because if you know the butterfly, because it's a caterpillar type monster, so it's like a cocoon. So he says that. So he tells them to set their blade blasters on low power and aim until there's enough heat signature in order for it to create an opening for them to escape in. And then basically after that, after they escape, Alpha is still trying to contact Tommy, and then Tommy basically after that, goes back to get his communicator, because he left his communicator in his bag when he went in for his audition for the commercial. So he goes back to his bag to retrieve his communicator, and then basically what happens after that is basically what happens after that is then he gets the communication from Alpha that the other Rangers need his help, and then basically after that he morphs to his Ranger form to help the Rangers fight, and then basically what happens after that is when he joins the fight after the other Rangers have managed to escape the centipede monster's cocoon, then Zordon tells Alpha to warn the Rangers that Goldar is sent down. Now this is gonna sound kind of funny, because remember how I said at the beginning of this part that there were going to be two monsters that the Rangers, at the beginning of this part of the episode I'm talking about, where there was going to be two monsters that the Rangers were going to fight. This is the second monster. His name is Babe Ruthless. He's basically his name's Babe Ruthless, also known as the baseball monster. Oh my god. And then after after the Rangers battled the baseball monster, they managed to defeat it, and then the centipede monster shows back up, and he tries to use his string to trap them in their cocoon, in his cocoon. Actually, after Babe Ruthless is destroyed, the Rangers go on the ground to battle the caterpillar-like monster, and then once he tries to put them back in his cocoon again, the other Rangers are Kimberly's stating that actually, I can't remember, but I think they might be fighting a giant version, because I don't know how, because this is Rita's day off in the episode, so I don't know how it might have gotten big. I'm not sure. Anyway, after that, what happens is the caterpillar-based monster tries to stick them in the cocoon again, and then Kimberly gets worried because she says that basically if the caterpillar monster manages to trap them in the cocoon again, they might not be able to escape. And then basically what happens is, Jason says that that's not gonna happen, and then basically what happens after that is, basically what happens after that is they form the Megazord to fight the caterpillar-like monster, and then while they're fighting it, the caterpillar monster manages to trap the Megazord inside a cocoon, just like he trapped the Rangers inside, but this time the Rangers managed to get out of it, and then they managed to, actually, I'm just gonna backtrack here, but when they were fighting Babe Ruthless, Jason kind of makes a bit of a couple of baseball-based references when they're fighting. That's the only backtracking I'm gonna do to that. And then after they manage to escape the cocoon again, they managed to defeat the caterpillar-like monster that Goldar had sent. And then after that, Rita gets upset in her palace and she's like, "Nincompoops! I take one day off, and look what happens! Don't you ever..." And then she's like, "Don't you ever go into battle without me again, you hear me?" And then she starts getting mad at Baboon Squad, even though it's not really their fault this time. And then she gets mad at Goldar, and then Goldar basically says, well, he tries to defend himself by saying that it was those monsters Finster made. So he tried to pin the failure on Finster, and then after that, basically what happens is she's saying, then Rita basically says that how come she never gets the win, and then basically then it goes into a scene where the Rangers are in the youth center, and then the other Rangers are asking Tommy how his audition went, and then basically what happens is they're anxious to see the commercial because of that, and then Bulk says that he's excited to see it himself because he says that he got the part, which technically, as I said before, he did get a part in it, but he didn't get the main part. And then when the commercial shows up on the TV, the announcer who's doing the commercial basically says that, "Do you think it's easy to do karate yourself?" And you might think it's easy to do it yourself, but if you did, you just end up like, and then this, and then it shows Bulk's character, and then it shows Tommy's character after a little bit of talking with the Angel Grove Karate Center, and then after that, the announcer says to sign up at the Angel Grove Karate Center, and then basically after that, Bulk is chasing Skull, and then he's blaming Skull for what happened, and then I think the Rangers are laughing after that, and then basically after that, that's where this episode stops. So if you guys like this video when I post it, I'm going to post it on Wednesday. But if you guys like this video when I post it on Wednesday, just please give it the real best you guys can. And I will see you guys probably, if I get the chance on Wednesday, I will upload on Wednesday as well, dependent. But if not, I'll upload on Friday. So until Wednesday, guys, may the power protect you always. Actually, I should say, until next time, guys, may the power protect you always.